Hey guys, welcome back. Terry2 here today. You probably know me more so as Terry from The Last of Us, as I've grown to be known as across the World Wide Web by much fame and fortune. I wanted to make another quick video talking about how on Friday coming up is confirmed to be my episode of The Last of Us. Now I say my episode because of course I'm starring in it, basically carrying the entire thing. And as long as you have a very keen sort of pause, like quick pause as soon as anything happens, and maybe like the CSI Miami, like enhance, crop in, zoom in, enhance, then you might be able to find me somewhere in the background of the cul-de-sac scene from episode 5 of The Last of Us, which is coming out on Friday. A couple days away from this. They moved it up instead of Sunday because Sunday is the Super Bowl, and I guess people watch that or something. So instead, they put on Friday the new episode of The Last of Us. Now, I was, for those of you who don't know, in the sort of titular scene of this episode is the big, massive action scene, quite probably, possibly the biggest of the whole season, if either the biggest or second biggest. It's the most extras of any scene minus one, which is also in the same episode. I can't say too much about that, but it is probably the biggest action sequence, and if you've looked at the trailers or anything, if you haven't, probably do that 10-second ahead skip tap thing right now, but if you've looked at the trailers, this is also the first appearance of the bloater. So they've sort of teased that in the last episode with the ground crumbling. If you've seen the trailers, you know that the bloater comes out of there, but you don't know that there's actually a lot more that comes out of there, one of which is your boy over here. And I took all the movement training. I really came alive on the lens, I will say. I really found the lens, so let's hope that I am visible. It's really dark in the scene, visually and also tonally. See what I did there? It's very dark. It's hard to see anything. There's a lot of people, a lot of movement. Ninja would be proud.
I'm not seeing enough movement.
And so, hopefully I'm able to be seen. We'll see. If not, it's only going to completely crush me very deeply. But, all things going well, you'll be able to see me. I do remember what I did. I remember the whole scene, really. Like, it comes out on Friday in a few days. If you're watching this right when it came out, it's probably not a big deal. Basically, what happens is there's this the whole front of the house is like, and so the way Kansas City works within the story of the show is that and they don't come out. It's like, but then sort of thing, and then that's when all the rebels, they all know what just happened. So that's when, through the fire and the flames and the explosion, it's batting people away. They got wire work, you guys flying, and then, oh baby, if you've played the games, there's so much that happens, really. There's a new infected type, which I have went over. I even gave like a hint in one of the earlier videos, but basically this has never been in anything before. It's not in the game. It's completely brand new. And so then there's a lot going on. Like I said, I'm running around all over the place. I'm chasing rebels. I'm going crazy. Everyone's running everywhere. Joel, he's blasting. And then Ellie is basically down the ground level with Sam and Henry. Now, this, of course, is the Sam and Henry episode, but this is sort of the middle, I believe, of the episode. Ellie winds up, and that's when the camera's like in the windows inside, and she's got to crawl away. And all this pandemonium's going on. Of course, Kathleen was introduced in the last episode as sort of the leader villain of the rebels. Her and Jerry, or Perry, it's Perry. Her and Perry are out there, and they're blasting. And this is where... And now, if you remember the game, the old classic... does the old ga and then ka, and he just, you know, rips the jaw rip head kill sort of death animation. They have it just beautifully done in the show, the same as the game. Dang darn head and shoulders, knees and toes. And then I believe that's pretty much it. That was like the wrap on the scene. All the rebels, Joel, this big white tower building, and he it's like a church, basically a big church at the end center of the cul-de-sac. So there's like a round cul-de-sac and a street down, and right, if you drove in the street at the end, straight in at the center, is the big white sort of church building. So anyways, they run off towards an empty field kind of thing with a bridge across a river. If they can just get across this bridge, they can get to their freedom and leave Kansas City and get away. Now, I believe during this whole thing, this whole mosh, is where Sam, or Henry, the little kid is Sam, right? Wherever one of them... That is basically the recap of my scene and the show, and, you know, good proof that I was in it. For any naysayers who don't believe me, that is pretty much... You know, those are spoilers that aren't in the game, like the new infected. Those are things that are not in the game. So clearly I was there, and that's my proof if I can't find myself. If I can find myself, hey, video proof, and my name will be in the credits. I'm very excited. So basically I'm saying if you haven't watched the show yet, you need to watch it, not just because your favorite YouTubers are starring in the show, but because it is a masterpiece. This show is so g-dang good. It's growing every week. That simply does not happen with like any television show. Pretty much every television show has to fight for their goddamn life to keep you watching, and their numbers go down each week. They have to fight to keep you coming back and watching the show each week. Like, there's shows on Netflix, I watched the first like 1 or 2 episodes, I'm like, goddamn, this is horrible, and I never watch it again. Normal shows, the numbers go down, even the good ones. Unless it's fucking Friends in the 90s, they go down. But The Last of Us is going up. Every single week, more people are watching, more people are into the show, and the show keeps getting better, honestly. The last episode was fantastic. It really sort of found its groove of what The Last of Us is. It really feels like The Last of Us now. It's just very, very good. You know, Pedro's killing it. Bella Ramsey's amazing. Pedro is just fucking phenomenal. He's so good in everything. So, watch the show if you haven't yet. Watch episode 5 on Friday in a couple days here to see your boy. Friday night. My time to shine. I really don't think I'm going to be able to see myself. But we can hope for the best. Another video will follow, of course. I'm going to film the parts I can see myself in. And then I'm going to sort of show this section that I just did uncensored so that you can see that I did know what I was talking about. I thought that would be kind of funny, though, to do the censored version. See if HBO shoots me in the neck. I'm trying to get on to season 2, so I should probably not. I should probably stop kind of playing with fire here. But that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I'm just very excited to see episode 5 is going to be the best episode of the entire series. You know, the finale, of course, is going to hit pretty hard, but I think episode 5 is going to be the best episode of the whole dang darn series. You can argue that episode 3 was, and it probably is, like, in terms of just like a singular episode of television, what can really be done on TV. But I think for like The Last of Us, for like the most The Last of Us sort of episode, I think episode 5 is going to just take everyone's breath away. It's going to knock it out of the park. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next one, and you can see me on Friday on HBO's The Last of Us. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. Quick video, he says. Talks for 10 minutes. What a guy. These YouTubers, they can't keep it under 10 minutes. Tell you what, just for that, I'm going to trim it under 10 minutes. Watch me do it.